What's up, everybody? I'm comedian Michael Halcomb. This is the Messed Up to Setups podcast. I have comedian David Kaye back in the house with me. He's an actor, he's a fundraiser, he's a producer, all the things. We laughed a lot in part one. If you haven't watched that, go do it. We're going to start part two right now, so stick around.
It's all messed up, yeah. Everything's messed up. We're going from this mess up to the next setup. Everything seems so messed up, but it's just our setup.
All right, everybody, and Messed Up to Setups podcast. I'm Michael Halcomb. Got comedian David Kaye with me. David, thanks for being here.
Absolutely. It's great to be back.
Yes. Dude, episode one was really fun. So looking forward to getting into this one where we just lead off essentially, dude, with you bringing either a premise, like some idea you want to work on, or a joke that you've been telling and tell the story behind it, whatever you want to do, or both.
Well, I'll tell you what I've got.
All right.
I had gone to a show a couple of weeks ago, maybe about a month now. It was called a new material show. So you're supposed to come in and just do all new material, something that you've never presented before.
Okay.
All right. So I had this idea that I'd been working on for the longest time, and I thought, well, maybe I can expand on this whole
Okay.
idea. And it came about when somebody had asked me. They said, "What?" Oh, I know what it was. I went back to school when I was in my 30s. I had a degree in engineering that I got in my 20s, when I graduated from high school. And
Okay.
then I moved, and then years later, I decided, after doing stand-up comedy, I'd been doing stand-up probably about 11 years, about 10 or 11 years. I decided it was a good idea for me to go back to school and get a second degree.
Okay.
But I was going back for theater. You know what? Don't do that. And this is and somebody said, why would you go back to school for theater? And I said, because if you're going to go back to college late in life, you should always go back for a career that's going to pay less, have greater rejection, and more disappointment than the job you already have. So that was the idea. And it was based on bad decisions. That was, so the joke was, if you're going to go back to school, back to college, always go back for something that's going to have pay less money, greater disappointment, and more rejection than the job that you already have.
Right.
So what I wanted to do was create like my whole life of making bad decisions. Everything I do is
Gotcha.
based on a bad decision. My whole life was wrong turns, missed opportunities, and of actually avoiding the right choice, making the wrong turn at every turn was what got me to where I was. So I guess it started out with making the decision to leave engineering to do stand-up comedy. So we can really just start there, and because in what brought me to stand-up comedy from being an engineer was that I had this is really what brought me to do stand-up comedy. Was I was in a relationship that ended really badly, and it was soul crushing, and it just like it devastated me. And I think a lot of stand-up comedians become comedians because of devastating things that happen to
Right.
them in their lives.
Right. Yep.
And they also I think we have a lot in common in that we had a bad relationship with our father, which I did. And, a lot of
Yeah.
comedians, uh, were always looking for that approval, always looking for the attention,
Hmm.
never receiving it, and then never getting the gratification that comes along with everything else in life, you know? I know in
Huh.
engineering, um, I would do my job and nothing like, we would finish the job, hand over the work to my boss. Here's all the work
Right.
that I did. All
Right.
right. They take that, they go and they build it. You know, they build this machinery and they built that. And I never heard back from them. You'd never hear back again. You know, the only time you'd ever hear something back was um, if something went wrong. You know, oh, we
Mm.
designed this and it was an inch too long, or it was you know, this doesn't sync up. So every time you would get that was the only time. And I would get any kind of
Mm.
feedback or any
Right.
kind of, response from my boss. Bring him into the office, "Look what you did, you screwed up here," you know? Coming to coming to stand-up comedy, found that, I mean, when you got laughter, it was like instant gratification,
Right.
you know? As like, "Attaboy."
Approval. Yeah.
Every time you got a laugh, it's like, "You did it right. You're the man. You got it right." And I think a lot of comedians, like myself, are constantly looking for that. We're constantly begging for
Mm.
approval, begging for attention. Please give me uh, the nod of approval that I
Right.
need from you. Give me that, uh, that's what is it? What's
Affirmation, right? Just
affirmation. Yes. Give
yeah.
me, yes. Yes. I need that. And so when I'm up on stage and I do that self-deprecation, I not only am I reinforcing the fact that I'm like that not good enough, that whole thing, that what my mistakes got me here.
Right.
Um, Eh, but I'm getting the cheers from the audience when they laugh at that,
Right.
and so I was hoping that I could just build on that self-deprecation,
Mm.
in each and every step of the way. So,
Right.
um So, and that's where the whole idea came from, or that's, because I really said it, when somebody asked me, they're like, "Why would you go back to," I mean, the first time somebody asked me, "Why would you go back to school for theater?" And I just said that, to why wouldn't you go back for something that's, pays less,
Yeah. Just
greater disappointment and more rejection, because that's how I succeed, you
that's
know?
like asking why wouldn't you get remarried, right? Same thing.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
all the
So
things you just listed. Uh, and I was thinking too, like a maybe a funny little tag there. I don't know, like why would you go back? Well, you would too if you were sick of all the money. Um,
yeah, I'm sick of all the money.
yeah,
I'm sick of all that
sick of
money.
all the money. And I had another idea for this might be too punny, I don't know, but
I'm
I went
sorry,
back.
I'm looking down because I'm writing.
Yeah, yeah, I
I'm
went
writing.
back to school, I left engineering, went back to school in my 30s, graduated magna cum laude. I don't know if that's too punny, but you know.
Well, you know what though? I graduated with like a 3.99, 98.
So you
You know,
weren't magna cum lousy, you were
no,
magna cum laude.
I did really well when I went back to school because I was focused. But I guess if I guess, I mean, as the joke, I could go magna cum laude. But you know what? That's probably kind of like a pat joke, though. I think
Yeah.
I've heard other comedians use that line at colleges, You know, I mean,
Gotcha.
college comedians, I mean, you can
Yeah.
get away with that. You can get away with the I graduated with a 4.0 blood alcohol level, you know?
Oh, yeah,
I mean, you can
right.
get away with those because they, I mean,
Gotcha.
because the high school or college kids are like, "Oh, that's great, man.
Uh,
4.0,
yeah.
blood alcohol." You know? So you can get away with that. You know,
Yeah.
it was really funny. Yesterday, I yeah, I did I did this corporate show, and it was is I had done it before, like a couple of years ago. And I walked in the door, and as I walked in, I hear some lady go, "Ah, we've seen him before." I wanted to say,
Oh,
"Well, wouldn't you
God.
wanna see Elvis again?" You know? But no.
Oh, man.
We've seen him before. What?
Uh, it's
So it's just like,
it's
yeah,
it's
and
like
you didn't laugh the first time. You didn't
oh,
laugh the
dude.
first time.
You're like you have a guest come over. This is how it is in our house, right? You have a guest come over and our dog is like going nuts, right? And then like, I walk in and my dog's like, "Mm, seen him before," like
Oh, yeah.
nothing. Nothing,
It's the
like
same.
that kind
It's the same.
of oh, but oh, we've seen him move. That's great.
So
um,
if I follow my tale of woe and starting
yeah.
out with leaving engineering, because then I say, because if you're going to quit a high paying job, leave the security or with the potential to retire at the age of 50, you should choose a career that hinges on, and this is what, amusing total strangers, uh, the rebound. Okay. I mean, and then I was like trying to figure out, after left a high paying job to become a full time road comic. So,
Mm,
what is it? I mean, what is it that, about, uh, becoming a full time road comic that would, you know, I mean, obviously, you're leaving a good paying job,
right. Sick of the
and
money. Yeah.
yeah, because yeah, sick of the money. Uh, think of some of the like the hardships. If I could think of like the hardships of being a comedian, like being out there on the road, um,
Yeah, I mean,
you
eating
know,
greasy food, right? Riding in the car by yourself,
yeah,
going to
spending 50 weeks a year on the road.
yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, the loneliness, right? Sleeping in
Yeah.
motels instead of hotels. Uh, yeah, some of those terrible things. uh,
So, and then, so I can look at that. I want to come up with because if you're going to do this, then there's got to be, I think I got to build the formula, because
yeah.
if you're going to do this, you want to be able to do it for these reasons. So it's a formulaic joke,
The
it,
expectation is that you're gonna go back to school to better yourself. The
that's right.
reality
Yeah.
is you're worsening
Yes.
yourself,
Yeah.
right? And
Expectation.
that's the gap there. The expectation is that you're gonna better yourself and your future. The reality is you're making it infinitely worse.
Right. Yeah. The expectation of betterment, uh, of
Yes.
getting of betterment.
The reality of worsening. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I think that reality.
You could give some analogies there, like well, maybe you could, like, what are some other instances like, that's like this, a blank leaving a blank for blank, where you're leaving something, uh, it seems you're leaving something better, but it seems you're leaving something worse to get something better, but the reality is you're leaving something better and ending up with something worse. Um, yeah.
So you can see that the structure the structure is it's a repeated structure,
Yeah, exactly.
but you can mine it
Yeah,
um, in each different story that you do it, because then I went on to say,
that's like a surgeon becoming like a homeschool dad or something. I don't know, like maybe not. Maybe that doesn't work. No, that doesn't work as well. Um, keep going. Yeah, I interrupted you.
so eventually after I got my degree in theater, I went ahead and reconnected later in life at the age of 40. I reconnected with the woman who crushed my soul that got me started doing stand-up comedy. And I married her. We reconnected, we fell back in love, and made the most tragic mistake. It was more tragic than the first time around, you know? So it was like this added mistake. It's like, and you can see not only is the joke there, not only is the joke repeated, but the same mistakes are repeated over and over again. It's really it really is. It's
Uh,
I don't know whether to laugh or to cry about it, you know?
oh,
So
dude.
and I say, because if you're going to get married for the first time at 40 years old, you should marry the person who crushed
Yes.
your soul
Perfect.
in the first place, that led you to do stand-up comedy. So it really it like folds in over itself.
Yes,
You
I
know,
love that.
it's
Yes.
circular. It's circular
Yes.
because it comes full circle in the bit. And I that's what I'm working on. And I know we've probably gotten through almost the 30 minutes
That's
that we were
okay.
supposed to do, but it took me that long just to
Right.
show you the full
I
circle
like
of the
that though.
joke.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm working on. And I know we don't have time. We probably don't have time. If we did have
That's good.
time,
Yeah.
we could just like, just that one thing. Just like
Yeah.
if we could just come up with like one or two good reasons to, quit that job and do stand-up comedy. So,
Yes.
because that's
Right.
really the first joke.
Right.
That's the first one, you
Right.
know? So if you're gonna leave a well-paying job, you want to, because if you're going to quit a high-paying job,
Mhm.
um, with the potential to retire at the age of 50, you should choose a career that hinges on, because the or that's going to that's actually, you know what? It could be the same punchline. It could say, uh, pay less, greater disappointment, and more rejection.
Yeah. Yep.
I think that might be the punchline can be the same.
Yeah, that's kinda what I was trying to hint at or get
Yeah.
at, like, a few minutes ago, that they're the same thing. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
the punchline is the punchline can be the same in each and every situation. So
Yes.
now it's just honing that punchline down,
Right.
and then creating the story or retelling the story.
Exactly. It ends the same way every time.
Yes, yes, yeah.
And I think you could do this, I mean, you're a parent, right? So the same you could bend it to that too, right? You raise, what do you have, a daughter? Is that what you said?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you have a daughter, and like, in the end, like, you raise her, you send her off to college because uh, and then she comes back, and the pay less, greater disappointment, more rejection,
Yes, yeah, yeah, but I mean, and it could, and you know what? It doesn't even actually have to be, it could be,
less
it just has to
money.
be the same cadence You know,
Yeah.
it has to be that same it doesn't have to actually be pay less, more disappointment, and greater rejection. It could be but it has to be something that's very similar to those 3. You know what
You
I
could
mean?
do choose a career where you have less money, greater disappointment, more rejection, and same thing. You choose to be a parent so that you can have less money, greater disappointment, more rejection. Chose to remarry so that again I'd
Yeah.
have less money, greater disappointment, more rejection.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
you I think you can do I think you can, as long as the wording is right, you can like
Yeah. I
and
think
dude,
yeah, I think you're right. As long as and maybe it's not those 3 maybe it's not those 3. Maybe it's something similar, but that will relate to all 3 of the situations.
and this could be a fun
Yeah.
thing whereby like the 3rd or 4th time, you let the audience finish the punch,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
you
because
know?
now they're in on it. Yes.
Yes. Yeah, and you don't even need to say the words. Boom, they get to do the punchline and become the comedian for a minute. That's kinda
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah,
That's a really
yeah,
good idea.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's you know what? It's interesting. When you think about trying to do jokes on your own, it's so much better when you have people to bounce
yeah,
it off with.
it is.
And, I think there's a real, especially if you have like a people that you know that have that similar sense of humor or or know your comedy well enough that they
Right.
can say, "Well, this fits your character." So
Hmm.
but I think you're right. I think it's just that finding that and then having them that's a great way to close it out. That's a great closer, and
Yeah,
it could be
it
great
would.
merch. It could be
Yeah,
great merch too, you know?
perfect, dude.
It's
Yeah,
it's a
absolutely.
yeah. All right.
Yeah, I
Well,
love
this
that.
is good.
Well, that's the point.
You know what? I really didn't think I didn't think this was, I wasn't sure how this was gonna go when I started talking to you about it, but now I think this gives me, some focus, and I'm not gonna tell
Perfect.
anybody else about it till I get to the goal. So
Yeah, dude, that's
so no,
great.
so yeah, thank you so much. That's great.
Yeah,
Wow.
dude, I love this. This is so fun to sit down with comedians and just pull the curtain back and work on jokes, dude. It's so
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
really enjoyed that. That's great.
yeah,
And you know what? And great, um, uh, it's a great practice. It's
yeah,
great to get into that practice to do something like that. So,
definitely.
yeah,
Um,
anytime you wanna have me back and do something where we can sit and talk about this again, that would be another,
yeah, dude,
or maybe I can come back when I've had the joke and I have it on I've recorded it
definitely.
and it's finished and you can see the product
Yeah.
that we started working on. So,
Yeah, that'd be great, dude.
yeah.
Um, I've been cooking up this idea for a while, and I haven't pulled the trigger on it. I know comedians are busy people. Most people are working a full-time job plus comedy, but I want to do this, kind of make it a once a month or kind of a regular, like a round table, dude, where we just record comedians workshopping jokes and let people watch.
You
Like,
know, I've
yeah,
seen a couple of different, podcasts, and Uh, I've been on them where they do that exact same thing, and you know
just
what?
like a
That was
group.
very popular during the, pandemic.
Mm,
People spent $149 for a year and got Zoom where they could have,
right.
hundreds of people on with them, they would workshop.
I love it.
So
Yeah.
yeah, those are definitely, I can see that working really well, especially
Yeah.
if you have people that can focus,
Right.
and throw things out there,
Yeah.
rapid fire.
Yeah.
And if you
Yeah.
have you can also have people commenting, in the chat.
Right. Right.
They can write their thoughts down in the chat, and then the person will have a whole list of the things.
That's perfect, dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna make it happen. I've been part of like online writing groups and stuff like that, but I've not been part of one where it's recorded and it's like out
Yeah.
as a podcast. So that'd be fun to do. So yeah, I definitely will have you back. I feel like I like a good connection with you. So the
Well,
joke
yeah, me too,
writing.
Michael. I didn't know what to expect, and I'm glad we've connected like this.
Yeah, I love it, dude. It's been fun. Let me do one more thing with you before we hang
All right,
up here.
sure.
So I like to do this thing at the end, dude. It's just we'll do like a lightning round where all right, so I'm gonna screen share again and we'll try to knock this out in just a few minutes.
All
But
right.
all right, so
I'm
for those of you
looking up.
watching,
I'm trying to look up and down at the same time. So,
don't, don't worry about it. For those of you watching, if you go to michaelhalcom.live, just listening to, that's fine. The daily blog, podcast, all that. I blog about comedy every day. Social, if you go to the social tab, down at the bottom, you're going to see the Joke Writers Lab 3 links. Well, the first one is for my online joke writing
ooh,
course. You can get that. And then there's a private Facebook group. Anybody can join that. It's a comedian. And then there's the Joke Writers Lab, joke writing exercises. I'm going to click that. That's what I'm focused on here. That's the one you want, the joke writing exercises. It opens up this new page, and I've coded like 15 joke writing exercises here that anybody can use. It doesn't save any information or anything like that. So you just click one of these buttons and essentially there's all these random prompt generators. So here's like the dynamic news prompt generator, and this pulls headlines from newspapers and news shows and news organizations. And the idea is to click that button. It's from today, and we can hit start writing challenge, and we just try to riff on whatever the headline is and make up some jokes on the spot. Right, that's the idea. So you cool to try this for a few minutes?
you want me to? You want me to
We're
do
both
this
gonna
with
do it.
you?
We're just gonna make up jokes on the spot, see if we can do it. A lot of people get nervous about this. Just it doesn't have to be even a great joke, just something. Like
Okay.
see if you can
Okay.
come up. So we'll
Okay.
bounce back and forth. Like let's take turns, or just blurt out if you have some. So here we go. Judy Jupiter, a 76-year-old social media star, is Gen Z at heart, or should we say pacemaker. Um,
I know. I was gonna say something about. I was gonna say about attack, heart attack,
yes,
or
it's Gen
uh,
Z at heart.
is
The
Gen
fact.
Z at heart, but Metamucil at night.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good, dude. Uh, uh, Judy Jupiter, a 76-year-old social media star, is Gen Z at heart. In related news, so is her husband George Jetson. Um, Judy Jupiter.
or and everybody's asking her why.
Oh, Judy Jupiter, a 76-year-old social media is Gen Z at heart. She started her own saying 7-6.
It's sick. That's good. That's good.
Instead of
Yeah.
6-7.
Yeah.
All right, here's a new one. Olympics decision on gender eligibility to come in early 2026. Olympics decision on gender eligibility to come in early 2026.
Oh,
Man.
I'm just seeing the 5 rings. I'm I I can't. I got nothing. I got nothing right now. This
Dude,
it's sad. It's so sad. It's sad that I don't.
what
Uh,
are
Jen-
so what do we have? Some of the sports are
I'm
like
trying. Yeah, I think it's
track,
uh,
pole
um,
vaulting. Yeah, there you go. Olympics decision on gender eligibility to come in early 2026 could redefine pole vaulting. I don't know.
something about curling. There's something about curling there.
Yeah,
There's
yeah, curling.
curling. Uh, uh,
In related news, the athletes in curling are holding their breath or something. Yeah.
Eligibility.
You have
But
backstroke
the
swimming.
back the boxing, no, um, which will give birth to a new male. What's the thing they do with the ribbons, the gymnastics with the ribbons?
Oh,
Uh,
what is that called? I don't even know what
the
that's called, bro.
dancing, um the
What
parallel
about
bars. There's got to be something with parallel bars. Parallel. Yeah, yeah, there's no uneven. Nothing's uneven. There's no
There you
uneven
go.
bar.
There you go.
The uneven bars are now level. The uneven bars are now
Yes, I
something
like it.
about, yeah, there's something even uneven bars. Okay, that's all I got.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Let's see. Let's do another. I don't even know what that means. As the price of beef soars, restaurants are in code red mode. As the price of beef soars, restaurants are in code red mode. This is so dumb.
Wait a minute, they're in code red mode, which means code red. Code red is code for there's a dog in the alley.
Oh, God.
It's a code red. Means there's a cat in the alley.
Oh, man. As the price of beef soars,
Oh,
restaurants
wait,
are in.
Soylent Green. It has to do with Soylent Green. Code red means Soylent Green. And we all know that's people. If you ever saw the movie Soylent Green.
The price of beef soars, restaurants are in
Code
red
red
mode. And in related news, interest in restaurants sinks. I don't know, instead of soars. Here, let's do another one. This is fun. So this is one of my favorites I like to do with people. This is finish the setup. So I took like thousands of jokes comedians have done. I cut off the punchlines and left the setups. Our job is to come up with a new punchline.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, I kind of. All right, I think I might like this.
Yeah. According to a new study that just came out, older men who frequently use a sauna are less likely to develop dementia.
but more likely to be in a fog. Yeah. More likely to be in a constant fog.
Older men who frequently use a sauna are less likely to develop dementia. What? Where? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. What's dementia? Yes, I like that.
But more likely to develop an affection for older men.
That's brilliant, dude. That's good. That's great. I love it, dude. Oh man. Yeah, today is World Vegetarian Day.
Eat one.
So yeah, exactly. It's exactly what I was getting ready to say.
Yeah.
You took the words out of my mouth. Today is World Vegetarian Day. And each vegetarian's going to tell you about it, multiple times. Today's World Vegetarian Day. Something vegetarians will never let you forget.
You can stuff something you got to stuff two vegetables together. I don't stuff your. I don't know. I don't want to go too far with that one.
Today is World Vegetarian Day. Today is World Vegetarian Day. I wish they wouldn't talk about my grandpa like that.
The hungriest day of the year.
I was thinking vegetable. Vegetable day. Oh, dude. Anyways, these are fun, man. I always have fun doing this with comedians. So.
Yeah, these are good. I like that. You know what? That'd be a fun now, and that's right on your site.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I love it, man. That is awesome.
There are some that are way more complex than that get into like rhetorical devices or logical structures and roasting and all kinds of things. So
what's nice about that is if you're looking for something to do topical, you could actually just use that and write the joke right there. You could come up with your premises right there.
Exactly.
That is really slick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is the new modern comedy.
Yeah.
You can
Well,
you
that's
can you can come up with the premise without even knowing what it was.
right. Well, that's good. But that's free. Anybody can use it at any time. So,
Those
uh,
are really good. Those are really good, for, uh, quickening your, response time. You
right.
can quicken your response, and it gets your mind, and it gets you clicking.
That's right.
It gets those juices flowing.
So look at like so I have jokes from fallacies, from rhetoric, from structures, that's logical structures and logical fallacies. So here's one. This is like from a crazy headline plus a logical fallacy. So the idea here, a British paratrooper killed in Ukraine named. That's just the headline. The task here is to use the logical fallacy of equivocation to attempt to make a joke, and you can use the example or the template, right? The sign said fine for parking here, so I
I
parked. It's
said, "Fine."
fine, right? The
Yeah.
A is fine, so it's fine. So using that idea, right, to try to then make a joke off of whatever the headline is, right? So, you can do that with the logical fallacies there, or the same thing over here with rhetorical devices. You click and it'll give you a headline, and then a rhetorical device like the litote, understatement by negating the opposite. Not bad, meaning very good. Um, Woman caught stealing lobsters down her pants. You try to come up with the punchline using the litote, this rhetorical device. Um, so yeah, not crabby. I don't know. So all kinds of cool things to do here, man. Yeah.
With law woman with law what was it? Woman caught
Stealing lobsters down her pants.
catches crabs.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's yeah, those are just yeah, that's a quick zip, like, it's like,
Yep.
yeah, it's very it leads you right to the punchline
Right.
almost.
Caught
Yeah.
herself in a pinch or something. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Those are
But
great.
yeah.
Wow, that is a really cool, uh, um, what do you call that? Exercise.
Yeah,
Those are
joke
great
writing
exercise.
exercises.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, man, thanks for coming on. It's been fun. Went a little longer, and that's cool. We were having fun. Went fast too.
I
Um,
really did. It blew right by. That
yeah, man.
that whole thing about that writing structure really just flew by.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you guys check out davidkcomedy.com. That's right. Did I say the website there?
That's right.
David David Kaye.
DavidKComedy.com. That's
Yeah,
it.
davidkcomedy.com, Kaye. And after you've, checked that out, follow him on social and, all the things he's on, and then
Yeah.
head over to
It
michaelhalcombe.live and do the same. Subscribe to the newsletter, the daily blog. The podcast drops there. Subscribe to the podcast on Spotify, YouTube, all the things. Share with your loved ones and anyone else. We'd appreciate it. But David, dude, it's great connecting with you.
really
And
nice connecting with you
yeah,
too,
man.
Michael. I hope to
Um,
hey, hopefully we'll see each other out on the road, or I'll get you out here doing some fundraisers.
That'd be great. I'd love to, man. Love to work
Awesome.
with you. I think we'd have a blast.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I'm
yeah,
sure of it.
everybody out there, thanks for watching and listening. We're gonna stop there and say we hope that helps.
It's all messed up, yeah. Everything's messed up. We're going from this mess up to the next setup. Everything seems so messed up, but it's just our setup.